Oh wow. I really like this episode. Len Ray likes. Yep, that's right. Len Ray likes MLP Season 5, Episode 5, Thanks for the Memories. Given that this is a Rainbow Dash episode, I was really surprised because usually when it comes to a Rainbow Dash episode, I'm not one of the, people that really take a liking to it. But surprisingly, this one was a little different. It started to seem like a typical Rainbow Dash episode, but then stood out with many other different moments. They tried different things, and I was just really intrigued with how everything went. I'm not a reviewer, so I'm not really going to talk about the episode. I'm just here to talk about what I like, and so let's get right into that. First thing that stood out to me in this episode were Rainbow Dash's expressions when she was angry or when she was sad. Like, she made some of the most interesting faces, whether she was yelling at the rest of her friends or whether she made that face when she, yelled out if she was angry. That made me laugh so much. And it only comes to show that, Rainbow Dash, though she's not one of my top favorites, she's still a very humorous character. And that, she still is part of her character that makes her such an enjoyable pony to watch. One of the other things I liked about this episode was a really small bit, and it involved these background ponies who are all Pegasus, and their jobs were to clear the sky. But the problem was, two of them had names that were similar to clearing the sky. One of them was named Open Skies, the other one was named Clear Skies. And they were trying to clear the skies, but they couldn't get the point of trying to decipher the difference between actually clearing the skies and getting their names mixed up. And it was just like this 30-second comedic bit between three of them. And then, with all of that going on, Rainbow Dash, just doing all of her shenanigans in the background while they didn't notice because of their whole situation of them trying to clear up. And then they ended off with saying something like, "Hey, where are all my cloudy skies? Cloudy skies right over there." And they gestured to some pony named Cloudy Skies. And it was just like, I enjoyed that because I've seen comedic bits like this before and they did it correctly. And I all I could do was just laugh and enjoy that moment. One of the next, if not last, things that I liked about this episode was the scene where Rainbow Dash bawls her eyes out. And I also like the fact that Fluttershy was the one who sort of got her to that point. Now, some of you are probably wondering, dang, Len, you suck. Why would you want to make Rainbow Dash cry? Do you hate her that much? And no, it's not even so much that. It's that I like the fact that, she shows her emotions. I like that she's coming out, and it's sort of, I see it as her, making a step towards being one with herself. And I also like that, Fluttershy was the one to bring her to that point because, Fluttershy is the most real with this situation. And honestly, if you really think about it, with Fluttershy being the one to tell her that, Fluttershy, of all the characters, understands the situation well, especially given the fact that Fluttershy, she spends most of her time with the woodland creatures. And, Rainbow Dash, she spent a lot of time with Tank, and we understand that she has this connection with him and that, it's going to be hard for her to part away. But Fluttershy, she has 20, 30 of these animals constantly with her, and she has to part with all of them every year. So for her to console her and, to be with her in this very moment, it makes sense and it works. And I couldn't help but feel for the situation. Okay, I will admit, I sort of did like the fact that Rainbow Dash was crying because I sort of have this little small notion of beating her up. Anyways, and then Pinkie Pie sort of seals the deal within the whole crying bit where, she points out how Applejack cries, or points out that Twilight should feel bad and that she's really sad because Twilight doesn't feel anything towards the situation. And that was just a small little thing, but yeah, that's also something I enjoyed. So overall, I pretty much did like this episode. Sure, there were certain moments that I weren't too keen on in regards to, some of the decisions that Rainbow Dash made. But other than that, I really enjoyed it. One more thing that I totally forgot to put in regards to expressions. There is one little moment that I really did like, and that was actually a reference to something, and it's the point where Rainbow realizes that she can't really stop the jobs and activities of all the ponies, and then she comes to the decision of, well, I'm just going to have to stop winter from coming, and then she makes this face, and it's so similar to the Grinch. And I couldn't help but laugh at that because then all I could think of was, well, Rainbow Dash is the new Grinch. And so, yeah, that's pretty much going to stay in my head for a while. And who knows, if I really like it enough, I might make a parody of it in regard to music or something. I don't know. It's all in thought. Either way, I enjoyed it. And that's what Len Ray likes about MLP Season 5, Episode 5. Thanks for the memories!
And got to find the petty cat, diamonds. the best. No.